There was drama for P3 starter, Marc Marquez, who made contact with Franco Morbidelli at turn 1, dramatically dropping the number 93 back to 14th. Marc Marquez began to recover position, entering the top 10 on lap 4 after finding a gap in Pol Espargaro's armor. Meanwhile, Aprilia Racing's Maverick Viñales and Alex Espargaro began to battle, with the number 93 catching the Knoll factory duo and leaping into 7th. Ahead on track, Marc Marquez began to put Bezzecchi under pressure, setting sights on P5 before making the move stick on lap 17. The 8-time world champion soon caught Binder, claiming 4th in lap 18. Marc Marquez has revealed that his problems at the start of the Austrian MotoGP began long before he had even thrown a leg over his GP23 and left the Gresini pits. The Gresini rider couldn't engage his front start device on the grid, causing him to lose ground into turn 1. He then tangled with Franco Morbidelli under braking and dropped to 13th. But it was all a consequence of an unusual pre-race tire issue. The first sign of the problem came when Marquez walked into the back of the Gresini garage half an hour before the start and TV cameras picked up 2 mechanics charging past him with some tires. "Today we were unlucky," said Marquez, who eventually recovered to 4th in the Grand Prix. "Unlucky, because 30 minutes before the start, when the mechanics went to check the tire pressure, the valve was broken. And then, as you see in the images, they were running to Michelin to change the tire to another rim. But during that procedure, that was super good and they did a very good job. The tire temperature dropped a lot. And then that chaos created everything. I mean, on the warm-up lap, I was more concentrated to put temperature into the front tire. Then on the last straight, I braked and engaged well the front device. But then I braked again, to try and heat the front tire and it disengaged the device. And then I didn't have enough speed to engage it again on the grid. Without that front device, it was difficult to start well, but I was super calm on the first corner. I said, okay, I will brake early to don't exaggerate and let's see, but then I received a big contact from the left side and we went wide. And from 13th place, we start step by step. We will have a ban, but in 2027. So they already did a solution, as with aerodynamics. But from now to 27, as KTM showed with Aero this weekend, we will see many, many things, said Marquez, before resisting calls for an early holeshot ban. We cannot ban a device early because I did a mistake. It's the same for everybody and in the past other riders have done it also. It's true that now we have many things to operate on the bike, he added. When some riders arrive from Moto2 they say, we have so many things to do. But today, with that chaos we had with the front tire, I put more attention on getting the tire temperature up and I was less concentrated on the front device. I engaged it, but thinking about the front temperature, I disengaged it again by putting load and pressure to increase the temperature. It is what it is. Confirming he had the pace to claim a podium on Sunday, Marquez said, in Catalunya, we finished 2nd in the sprint and 3rd in the GP, but it was one of the worst weekends for us. This weekend was one of the best. The feeling with the bike, the speed on the practice, on the qualifying practice, on fastest in the warm-up, but 0 points yesterday and a 4th place today. But the speed I enjoyed a lot this weekend and is there. Marquez remains 4th in the World Championship but is now 83 points from Francesco Bagnaia and 22 behind 3rd place Enea Bastianini, the rider he will replace at the factory Ducati team next season.